Hey guys, this is my first video just for our Anna's Kitchen thread. I'm going to share a recipe that I came up with from a dish that I got at Whole Foods. Actually, I love their food. Like, they have the best roast veggies and yummy things in there. So one of the things that I absolutely love are raw beets. They're like the raw sugar beets. They're so sweet and crunchy and really yummy. So one of the recipes that they had there was a marinated, what's it, like marinated beets, in, I think, oil and some kind of flavored vinegar. So you just chop them up and then you add whatever oil and vinegar you want, and that's it. Um, if it were warmer weather, sometimes I like to also cut rings of beets and then other vegetables like strips of zucchini and stuff and grill them, which is really, really yummy. I love grilled vegetables. I can make a whole meal out of that sometimes. But yeah, so for right now, I have a couple different vinegars that I'll tell you guys about if you're interested. So, and with the beets, usually when you buy a bunch of beets, that's really bright. Is that better? Not really. Well, anyway, usually when you buy beets, they come in a bunch of, 3 or 4, depending how big they are. And, they come with these gorgeous greens on top. Those can be put in salad. They can be steamed. You can saute them with garlic and a little oil. So you can actually use those leaves. You don't have to throw it out. But for this, we're just using the actual beet itself. So I've already trimmed mine. This is where all the greens would come out. And we're talking a good, 1.5 foot of greens usually comes with these guys. And then at the bottom, this one actually doesn't have a big one, but sometimes they'll have the long, skinny root portion coming out from here and, be a couple inches long. So I cut that and I cut my greens off. Now this doesn't look wet because actually when I got these beets, I trimmed them right away and they keep better in the fridge that way. So, and if your greens are kind of wilted and you want them for salad, when you cut them off, when you cut the bunch off, take them and stick them in a glass just like you would, like somebody brought you flowers and you put flowers in a vase. Stick them in a tall glass or a bowl so that they can rehydrate and re-crisp. That's another thing for lettuce too. If you ever have a head of romaine lettuce and you wash it and then you forget and it gets a little limp, you can actually re-crisp it up if you haven't broken it all up yet. The leaves still will have that capillary effect and pull the water back in and re-crisp for you. So it's a good technique if your lettuce has gotten too wilted, or any greens really that come bunched with the stems still. Trim the stems just like a flower on the diagonal so that they're fresh, and then stick them in, cool water. And it may take a few hours, but they will crisp up again. Alright, so let's see. I've got the Whole Foods one is done with olive oil. I use olive oil cooking spray. This stuff is really great. It's got all the full flavor of olive oil, and but it's extremely low calorie, so it's really nice to cook with. It also provides an even coating. I use this for everything. I have this one. I have canola oil as well, but I love the olive oil. And this is extra virgin olive oil, which I prefer. If you like a stronger taste, the extra virgin is the way to go. If you want a more mild oil, then you would get the light. Light olive oil is not lower calorie. It is a lighter color and a lighter potency of flavor. Extra virgin olive oil is when they take the olives and they first press them. That first oil that comes out, the virgin oil, right, from the first press, that's what you're getting. So it's the purest, most concentrated, strongest flavor. And then the second press, I think the second press might be included. I'm trying to think. a different grade. The light is after that, after you have multiple presses. So that's what the difference is, if you were ever wondering. It's what they've squeezed out of the olives in what order, and the residual has less flavor than the initial press. So that's the deal with that. And my computer's gonna die. Crap. Can't plug this in. We're going for a walk. Shoot, my netbook's dying. Where's my cord? Sorry, guys. Okay. Saved the day. Alright, so I'm just gonna, in this case, I'll come and bring stuff to show you guys. Oops. Oh, well, at least the lighting is better in here, right? Okay, so where am I at? Okay, so I'm gonna actually go get the oils and I'll show them. Actually, the oil I already showed you guys. But these vinegars, I've got 3 different ones that I love. So, my personal favorite vinegars are apple cider vinegar. It's kind of like the name. They make it from apple cider, so it has a little bit of a sweeter flavor, and it's got a nice golden color to it. You can use plain. Personally, I find plain white distilled vinegar to be really it's more of an intense sour acidic flavor without any background flavors in it. So I really like the different vinegars for the extra companion taste that come with it. Hi, Lana. I know you have to be in every video, don't you? Okay, so this is another big, huge favorite, balsamic vinegar. This is a dark vinegar, and it's a richer flavor. I'm trying to think how to compare it. If you've never had it, it's worth trying, though I'm not really sure how to describe it, but it's a richer flavor. Let's see what they say about it on here. Turn the light on. Okay. This one, let's see. Okay. Imported balsamic vinegar continues a quality tradition of using only the finest grapes available. Our vinegar is then aged in oak casks to add a distinctive flavor and aroma to all your salads, meats, seafood, and sauces. So that's like a balsamic vinaigrette background. It's from grapes, and then they cure them in oak casks, and they get this nice, beautiful, dark color and real rich flavor. So that's really good. And then just red wine vinegar. So you can, and this one has a red tinge to it, so depending on the color and the flavor you like, you can pick. So the balsamic is most intensely flavored. It's all of them have that sour tang to them, but the red wine has a bolder flavor than, but not as strong as the balsamic. And then if you want a milder flavor, I would go with the apple cider vinegar. That's the gentlest of them and the sweetest of them, I guess. And you have to play around and find your favorite, but we love all different like oils and vinegar, so we have a ton of different ones. Okay, so all you need is beets, your oil spray, or if you want to use real oil, you can, but that's a lot of extra chemicals. And then your beets. So I'm just gonna let's see, which one should I'm gonna make balsamic, because I think that's the one that, or should I make apple cider? I'm trying to decide. Yum, yum, yum. Well, I've got enough beets. I'm just gonna make a portion for myself, and you can make a big batch at once, like if you want to get your whole bunch of beets at once, or if you want to add other ones to it, make a big giant one. This keeps very well, this dish, so you can have it all week to nosh on if you want. I'm just going to do one beet right now, because this is going to be a little bowl for myself for later. And then the longer you let it sit in the fridge, the more insinuated the vinegar flavor becomes into the beets. So then you can add them to salad. You can eat it plain, however you want. So I'm gonna stop this, and I'm gonna go. Let's see, what do I need to do? I need to peel. Because I probably cut that. Actually, I can include that here, and then I'll. Okay, let me get that. I'm just gonna grab my materials because they were in the kitchen, but then my battery died over there. So I have to plug in. Let's see if I can do this. Sorry, guys. I wasn't planning on working over here, but okay, I'll be right back. Some easy ways. I just have a little cutting board, and I have my beet, and I have 3 different kitchen staple tools you should know about. If you need a versatile knife for your kitchen, let me tell you about this. We had somebody in the family that worked in the food industry, I think the restaurant supply industry, and this one, it's made in Switzerland, and it's called a Magna, M-A-G-N-A, Wonder Food Slicer. We just call it the Wonder Knife. My mom got this one as a gift from the family members that worked in the industry when she got married. And that was, when did they marry? Goodness. Many years ago now. I'm trying to remember. I don't, it was, a long time ago, I think. In the early 70s, I think it was. Late 60s, early 70s, around there. And we still use it today. It never dulls. It's got a serrated edge on it. You can see. And this thing it's got a nice strong handle. The newer ones, this little hole down here and little screw hole, it comes with a guard. So if you're nervous about using a big knife, you can put the guard on it. We don't actually use that though. And then, when Mr. Empath and I got our own house, we got one. We actually found it online and ordered it, so you can still get them. I highly recommend if you need one good, versatile knife. This will cut everything. It is so sharp and so strong. You can slice pumpkins open with this. You can, if you eat meat, you can cut roasts, whatever. I love it, so it's great. Now for beets, Lana, don't come over here, honey. I know you want to be in every video, but not this one, okay? Let me just tell you also, Pampered Chef. They have the coolest stuff. This is a Pampered Chef peeler. Sometimes, if you have a real good peeler that has enough of a gap here, you can peel your beets if you don't like to trim with the cutting. Gets the outside skin off. And this is a Pampered Chef paring knife. So that's for the more fine details on the peeling. I tend to use this mostly, but when I go to chop, I'll be using that Wonder Knife. Okay, looks like 13:29. I've got some time. So yeah, so if you had already gotten your greens off, and then your little root, and then you can peel it how you want. I'll show both. Let's see how this will work. Just as a caution, be careful with this because the sugar beets, they're very juicy and red. Okay, so see, I'm just peeling it with a pushing, sawing motion rather than a downward stroke motion like you would for a carrot. So just push and saw and go around, and you can see now that I've got this strip off of there. And you're going to do that all the way around so that you don't have any skin on here. So I'm going to be right back when that's all done because I'm running out of time, so this will have to have a part 2. And when I come back, I'm already going to have it all peeled, and I'll show you how I chop it. Okay, bye guys. Be right back.